It may be cold and cloudy outside, but inside is about to heat up as a Midwest non-conference matchup takes place today at the McGuire Center. The Marquette Golden Eagles squaring off today against the Illinois State Redbirds. I'm Dan Havington alongside Tyler Peters live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin today as both Marquette and ISU aim to remain undefeated early in the 2019-20 campaign. Tyler, your first broadcast of the women's basketball season. You excited?
Oh, absolutely, Dan. I always enjoy watching some women's basketball, and really excited. We have a great matchup here this afternoon.
The Golden Eagles enter the matchup at 2-0 overall, 2 wins over Morgan State and St. Francis Brooklyn in the past week. It was a turbulent offseason for the Golden Eagles, losing head coach Carolyn Keeger as well as 6 key seniors and a top recruit. So this is a young team led by a first-year head coach in Megan Duffy. Only Selena Lott returns as a starter, but so far this year, Chloe Murata has shown promise as a post player. Spingola has been a veteran presence out there. Jordan King has filled in pretty well at the point guard spot, and the rest of the newcomers have looked pretty good in their early time here, Tyler.
They have indeed, and that's what makes this Marquette roster so exciting to watch, especially this season. Despite not having a lot of that experience, all these young newcomers that are coming in, they have so much talent. And it's going to be really interesting to see how it pans out throughout this season. There will be growing pains, as Coach Megan Duffy said. But like I said, it's going to be a really fun season to watch, and really can't wait to see what lies ahead for this team.
Illinois State comes in just 1-0 on the year, only having beaten D2 Truman State last week. The Redbirds are coming off a year where they went 19-12, 11-7 in Missouri Valley Conference play, but they lost Simone Goods and Katrina Beck, 2 of their most important players from a season ago. This season they'll be heavily relying on TT Magid, junior transfer Juju Redmond, and forwards Megan Talbot, Lexi Wallen, and Lexi Kudelka. So Tyler, it should be a pretty good matchup today, considering both teams have heavy post presences.
Yeah, and you nailed it right on the head there. That's going to be the huge deciding factor for this game. Both teams have great post presences, and it's going to be a matter of execution, both offensively and defensively inside the post.
So the starters for today's game, for Illinois State, it'll be number 3, Mary Crompton, number 11, TT Magid, number 23, Juju Redmond, number 24, Megan Talbot, and number 25, Lexi Wallen. And meanwhile, for the Marquette Golden Eagles, it'll be number 23, Jordan King, number 24, Selena Lott, number 30, Izzy Spingola, number 52, Chloe Murata. And then the only change in the starting lineup for the Golden Eagles, number 42, Lauren Van Clunen, will be the other starting post player instead of number 20, Altia Anderson. So Marquette running with their 2-post system once again. And that's probably going to be a good matchup against this Illinois State team that also runs a 2-forward system. So just about a couple seconds here from tip-off. Illinois State wearing their all-red uniforms. Marquette in their all-golds. Big Midwest Conference, non-conference matchup today. Both teams trying to remain undefeated in their non-conference slate thus far. But which team will emerge victorious? It'll be Van Clunen and Wallen going up for the tip. And Marquette comes up with it. Selena Lott going to start with possession. Over to Murata. And Spingola going to settle it down. Jordan King gets it up top. The new point guard for the Golden Eagles. Spingola gets it at free throw line extended. Looking inside for Murata. Murata trying to back down Wallen. Fades away, no good. Rebound by Megan Talbot. So Marquette cannot capitalize on their first possession. Wallen gets it inside, goes up, no good. Rebound by Van Clunen. Both teams good opportunities so far. Marquette pushing transition. King looks inside, gets it picked off by Redmond. Redmond leading the break. Gets it poked away, so they're gonna have to regroup. Magid inside to Wallen, gets doubled. Somebody's open. They find Mary Crompton out on the three-point line, no good. Rebound, fought for, and Wallen comes up with it. So the Redbirds finally gonna regroup. A little bit of run and gun so far from both teams. Redmond over to Talbot on the perimeter. Offensive foul is called. Moving screen goes against Lexi Wallen. So we have our first stoppage of the game.
And that play just a moment ago from Jordan King where she turned that ball over. That just can't happen, as she's been the starting point guard for this team so far this season. And she's got to do a lot more, and she's got to fight through these mistakes.
That's her 12th turnover already in just 3 games. Had 11 through just 2. King pulls up from the free throw line. No good. Rebound fought for. It's going to be a foul against Selena Lott. Looked like she reached in on TT Magic.
This is what happened the last 2 games. The Golden Eagles have started off pretty slow. And it'll be interesting to see how they pick up their pace of play because right now they've looked a little sloppy.
Lexi Kudelka comes in for the Redbirds in place of Wallen. Crompton over to Redmond. Magic gets it. Surveying the terrain. Gives it up to Kudelka. Looks like Murata's going to get called for having her hand on somebody's back. So, second team foul against the Golden Eagles, the first against Chloe Murata. 8 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. And it is still 0-0 here in the first quarter. Magic got doubled. Goes inside. Puts one up in traffic. No good. Rebound is going to be given to Marquette after Kudelka knocked it out of bounds. Still scoreless through about 2 minutes. King's going to be pressured in full court now. Not too much pressure, but enough for her to make a mistake. King puts it inside to Murata. Scoop layup. It's good. Chloe Murata gets on the board first for the Marquette Golden Eagles, and the Golden Eagles now lead 2-0.
And a great play there from Chloe Murata. She's looked so good so far this season for the Golden Eagles.
Kudelka has it at the top of the key. Gives way to Magic. Magic driving inside, and she gets it poked away, and then it goes off her own knee. Selena Lott with some great defense. She's been billed as one of the top perimeter defenders in the nation, and she certainly showed it right there. .7:25 left now. 2-0 Marquette. Lott gets a screen from Van Clunen, and a foul is going to go against the Redbirds. I think that's against number 23, Juju Redmond. Her first personal. Second against the team. Marquette inbound on the side. Neither team able to get anything going on offense so far. Van Clunen sets a screen for Lott. Gives it up to Murata. No good on the shot. Rebound is corralled by Talbot. Good shot by Murata, but couldn't convert it. Magic comes down the floor, gives it up to Redmond, defended by King. She gave up her dribble, had to scramble a little bit, but she finally gets it to Magic. This Magic-Lott matchup is probably going to be the one to watch on the defensive end for the Golden Eagles as Magic splits the gap, went right down the middle, and was able to get the first bucket of the game for the Redbirds.
She made that look too easy almost.
She got a nice screen and was able to fit right through the small gap. Selena Lott gets a 3. It's good. Selena Lott knocks down the 3-pointer for the Golden Eagles, her first points of the day. 5-2, Marquette leads. Magic. Over to Talbot. Back to Crompton. Crompton gets a wide open 3. Offensive foul is called against Kudelka. Another moving screen goes against the sophomore forward. And now Norel Lugbo is going to come in for the Marquette Golden Eagles. Redmond and Crompton head off for Illinois State. Newland and Saylor enter the game. Lugbo is going to be the floor general now for the Golden Eagles. She'll be taking it up. Spingola looks for Van Clunen. Hand it off. Now King gets it, drives inside, poked away. Illinois State leading the break now. Saylor gets an open 3, missed it. The lefty sharpshooter wasn't able to knock that one down, but Illinois State corrals the board. 5:30 left in the first quarter. 3-pointer now for Newland. Also no good, rebounded by Spingola. Both teams really struggling from the field right now. Jordan King puts one up. It good.
That was great right there from Jordan King. Wow. She's just showing off that great talent that she has.
Marquette leads 8-2. 6-0 run in the last minute, 15 seconds for the Golden Eagles. Saylor drives the lane, puts it up through contact. It's good. Great drive by Paige Saylor, the junior guard. Able to put one up over Narelle Lugbo. 8-4. Altia Anderson going to check in for Marquette at the next stoppage. Murata, King, inside to Van Clunen. King gets a screen. Got it poked away by Magic. Magic now leading the break. Murata the only one back. She is able to get right around Chloe Murata, and it's an 8-6 game all of a sudden. Marquette pushing once again. King goes up. No call, but Jordan King able to get one to fall. 10-6. Illinois State thought that one should have been a charge, but no call. So Marquette leads by 4. King up to 5 points now. Saylor. Newland driving inside on Van Clunen, can't get it over her. And Murata grabs the board. Marquette running once again. Lugbo in transition, left-handed layup is good. And that's gonna prompt an Illinois State timeout. Kristen Gillespie is not happy with her team's effort, and Marquette takes a 12-6 advantage.
Well, Dan, after a bit of a slow start for this Golden Eagle team, they've really come alive in these last couple of minutes. 4 out of their last 4 field goals. One thing that I've noticed from this Golden Eagle team, especially with Jordan King, is she's been able to make up for it with her shots and making them, but she's been turning the ball over, and that's something that she's got to figure out and clean up going forward, because that's something you just can't do, especially as a starting point guard.
Yeah, 3 turnovers already, and we're only about 6.5 minutes into this game, and that just absolutely can't happen. You're right. When you're the starting point guard, you've got to be the one with the surest hands. You've got to be the one that constantly has the ball in your possession. You can't just be tossing it away or having it poked away as easily. You got to have good ball security. You got to find the smart pass. You can't force anything. 3 turnovers in about 6 minutes, not good. Frozen day here at the McGuire Center. We got Elsa and Anna out on the floor currently. I guess any way to get the fans in,
Yeah,
huh?
I guess so.
So it's 12-6. Marquette leads with 3:42 remaining in the first quarter. I'm Dan Abington alongside Tyler Peters here at the McGuire Center. Marquette Golden Eagles squaring off against the Illinois State Redbirds today. Marquette trying to advance to 3-0, Illinois State to 2-0. This is the first D1 matchup of the year for Illinois State. They played Truman State last week, who was a D2 team. They won pretty easily, 87-60. Last year was a pretty nice season for the Redbirds. They went 19-12 overall, 11-7 in MVC play. They eventually lost in the semifinals of the conference tournament to Drake 65-54, but it was one of their most successful seasons to date, thanks mainly to Simone Goods and Katrina Beck, who were 2 really important pieces of the starting lineup, but they both graduated. So Illinois State regrouping a little bit heading into this season. In case you couldn't tell, it just got very loud in here because a bit of a t-shirt throwing action. These kids are ear-splitting loud. So it's 12-6. Marquette leads heading out of the timeout here. Jordan King leading the way with 5 points for the Golden Eagles. Magic has 4 for the Redbirds. It'll be Lugbo, Anderson, Taylor, Spingola, and Lott out there for the Golden Eagles. They're going to give King, Murata, and Van Clunen a break. Marquette has pretty much used all their scholarship players this season. As Magic, beautiful drive inside, able to get one to go. Nicely drawn up play right out of the timeout for the Redbirds. Selena Lott, the floor general right now for the Golden Eagles. Runs a pick and pop play with Anderson, but she doesn't pull the trigger, and instead Marquette's going to regroup. Spingola pump fakes, gives it in to Cameron Taylor. Taylor, the freshman post player, drives in and then pulls it back out. Off the back rim, then the backboard, and finally went in.
And she's been one of the newcomers, Cameron Taylor, that has looked really solid for this Golden Eagles squad here early on this season.
6'2" freshman forward, and she's made her name known so far. 10 points last game. Drive inside, and Illinois State could not get the shot to fall. Rebound was fought for, and finally a Marquette foul was called. Third team foul against the Golden Eagles. McKenna Sims checking in for the Redbirds. They're another team that really likes to use their subs, just like Marquette. Early and often is the strategy there. Magic over to Talbot. Inside, Kudelka tried to get the entry pass, but couldn't establish position on Cameron Taylor. And Marquette has possession back.
And Illinois State really struggling to get something going and sustain consistency offensively.
Already 4 turnovers for the Redbirds. Selena Lott drives inside, gives it up to Anderson. Jumper from the free throw line, no good, and she grabs her own rebound. Marquette with a fresh shot clock. Lugbo, Anderson, top of the key. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Spingola pump fakes, and then kicks it over to Lugbo. She's gonna have to force something up now, and it's gonna be a shot clock violation against the Golden Eagles. Nobody even knew that the clock was winding down there, Tyler.
Yeah, and that's something that the Golden Eagles just can't do. That's such a simple, fundamental thing of this game.
So it's 14-8, Marquette leads. Claire Kaifas and Jordan King are gonna check in. 2 freshman guards. Magic drives inside, got it blocked by Anderson. So that'll be an inbounds for Illinois State from under the basket. 1 minute, 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
And Kaifas made her first appearance of the season on the game on Thursday.
Played 10 minutes in that one, yeah.
Against St. Francis. She was sick. That's why she was out the first game and did not play.
Magic pump faked and then got blocked. And now Marquette gonna take it the other way. Anderson way short on the jumper. Interesting decision to shoot that one. Magic coming down the other way. And they get it inside to Talbot. Fakes left, went right, and then went right around Altia Anderson. Ball gets poked away, but that's gonna be a Marquette possession after Anderson played some nice defense in the post. Van Clunen and Murata both come in for Marquette. Anderson and Taylor head off.
And Anderson hasn't had much playing time in her career here at Marquette. But Megan Duffy has said she just wants Altia to have fun this season. That's the primary goal for her.
It's your senior year, why not?
Exactly.
Selena Lott has it on the perimeter, drives inside, left-handed scoop layup, no good. Offensive foul is called. Kudelka drew the charge. That's going to be 2 personal fouls against Selena Lott, and she's headed off. 2 early fouls for the junior guard out of New York. 56 seconds remaining. Both teams in a scoring drought of about 2.5 minutes. Illinois State hasn't scored in 2:35, Marquette in 2:09. 3 turnovers for the Golden Eagles in that stretch. Saylor looks inside, finds Kudelka. Crompton, 3-pointer from way out, no good. Rebound, Selena Lott. Or Isabel Spingola, my apologies. King, pump fakes, no good. Rebound by Chloe Murata. Puts one up, but she got it poked away. And she finds it on the floor. Jordan King in transition, no good, she's fouled. What a great hustle play by Chloe Murata after the rebound to poke that away and dive on the floor and grab it.
And that's that Marquette way philosophy that Coach Megan Duffy has tried to employ for this Marquette team. Chasing after every loose ball, having a sense of urgency out there on the court, and the Golden Eagles are showing that early on here in the first quarter.
Chloe Murata especially. shows that one.
That was just such a great effort by her to get that loose ball.
And good hustle by Jordan King to get back down the floor as well. And now King sinks the first free throw. Second one to come. Second one is good. 16-8 Marquette leads, just over 24 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Looks like Magic's just gonna let the clock run down here. Under 10. Drives in, improvises, kicks it out. Three-pointer from Sims, no good, off the side of the rim. Gets her own rebound twice and missed the first, gets the second. McKenna Sims, great hustle right there. Grabbed the rebound off of her missed three, then grabbed the rebound off of her missed layup, and finally converted with about 0.5 seconds remaining.
Well, the Redbirds right there, whatever Marquette can do, they can do better, I guess. That was a bit of a statement there. That was a great effort of getting those loose rebounds and putting it up just as the buzzer sounded.
So 16-10 is the score. Marquette leads heading into the first quarter break. As far as stats go, Jordan King leading the way for the Golden Eagles with 7 points. Magid has 6 for Illinois State. Sims and Saylor, the only other players to score for the Redbirds. For Marquette, Murata has 2, Lugbo has 2, Taylor also has 2, and Selena Lott hit a tray. Marquette shooting 54% from the field, 100% from beyond the arc and the free throw line. Illinois State shooting just 29.4% on field goals today, and they are 0 for 5 from beyond the arc. Pretty abysmal shooting percentages for them so far. At
some point, those are going to start going in, and if you're the Golden Eagles, you got to look at that, and you got to try and limit their chances, because right now they're out shooting them in chances and opportunities 17-11. So this Illinois State team, they're too good to be shooting at a 29% clip, and it'll only get better as this game goes on. So that'll be a test for this Marquette defense going forward.
TT Magid really is the star of this Illinois State roster. 5'8" senior guard from North Chicago, Illinois. Not sure if North Chicago is a real place in Illinois, or is that just because she's from Chicago and the north side? What do you think, Tyler?
Well, I should know this since I am from a suburb of Chicago, and I believe it is an actual city, but I've never really heard of North Chicago.
Yeah, I was very confused when I saw that, but I just went with what was on the roster. But last season, Magid was an incredible player for the Redbirds. She was the 2018-19 MVC Newcomer of the Year, first team All-MVC, averaged 15.9 points per game, 4.6 rebounds. She had 43 steals and averaged 2.4 assists per game as well after transferring in from a junior college sophomore year, and then she had to be the focal point of the offense heading into this year. Last game, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And beyond her, there's really not much of a reliable scoring option. Juju Redmond is really looked at as the most important player besides her, but she's also a transfer from a community college, and that's something that Gillespie really does well. She recruits players that are trying to transfer. She looked at the transfer portal, like they had Simone Goods was a transfer from junior college, Magid was as well, and now they got Redmond to come in as well as I guess the next player taking the mantle as the transfer. So we're going to resume play here at the Owl. Second quarter starting up here. Illinois State has first possession. Magid looks inside to Wallen, working on Chloe Murata, no good. Murata rebound. Wallen also a member of the volleyball team for 4 years at Illinois State, and then after her senior year, she joined the basketball team as well, and she got a 5th year of eligibility this season to play another year of basketball. Jordan King drives down the lane, no good. Kaifas gets the board, gives way to Van Clunen. Great play by Claire Kaifas, and good vision to find Van Clunen, who knocked down the baseline J. Crompton over to Wallen. Back to Crompton, drives the lane, goes up left, another charge called. Lauren Van Clunen drew that one. That was her signature play all of last year, Tyler.
Yeah, she does that so well for this Golden Eagle team.
She just plants herself right down in the paint, gets position, and players run right into her. So Marquette up 18-10. Murata gets it inside after a pass from King. Has to regroup, gives it up to Van Clunen at the free throw line, knocks it down. Lauren Van Clunen gives the Golden Eagles a 10-point advantage. Magic to Crompton. And back over to Magic. Kudelka wide open inside, gets fouled by Chloe Murata. And one for Lexi Kudelka. The 6'2 sophomore knocks down her first points of the day. Kudelka, native of Nevada, Iowa. Number 14 center in her class. Her favorite Netflix series is Riverdale, in case you were wondering. That's in her athletic bio.
And she eats a Snickers before every game.
That's a
How about
really
that?
interesting pregame routine. But hey, whatever works, right?
Yeah.
She knocks down the free throw, gets herself to 3 points on the day. Chloe Murata heads to the bench after her second personal. So Lott and Murata both sitting the bench after 2 fouls. Anderson badly misses another jumper. And now Magic is going to go the other way. Goes inside to Whalen, but Anderson uses her long arms to poke it away. Anderson has it at the 3-point line. Gives it to Jordan King. Looking inside. Van Clunen, nice shovel pass to Izzy Spingola. Almost missed it, but it finally fell for her.
Yeah, that's kind of been her issue all of her playing career so far. She hasn't been able to shoot those shots inside. She's been so good from the 3-point line, though. It's just all about that consistency for her.
Redmond comes the other way, missed the jumper, and then a big block for the Golden Eagles. I couldn't even tell who that was.
I couldn't either.
The ref got right in our way. But regardless, good defensive play for Marquette. 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Illinois State inbound under the basket. Magic has to track this one down. Gonna take her time. Defended by Jordan King now. Crossover, pulls up from 3. Rims out. Rebound corralled by Altia Anderson. Jordan King comes down the floor. 22-13, Marquette advantage. Anderson drives in. Kicks it over to Van Clunen. Lugbo gets a screen from Anderson. Foul is called against Juju Redmond. That'll be her second. Paige Saylor going to come on. (22-18), 6:55 left in the second quarter. I'm Dan Emsing alongside Tyler Peters here at the McGuire Center. Marquette versus Illinois State in a big Midwest non-conference matchup. Lugbo, great cut. Van Clunen able to find her right there. Good cut from Lugbo. And a foul is called against Narelle Lugbo. Her second personal.
And this Redbirds team is going to have to find some kind of consistency here on offense. Otherwise, this game is going to start getting away from them, as we're seeing right now, as they're facing 11-point deficit early on in the second quarter.
Magic has it on the perimeter. King doing a nice job of containing her without Selena Lott in the game. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Magic has to create her own shot. Gets stuffed by Altia Anderson. Wow. That was emphatic.
That was a great job there. Great effort from Altia. If she can keep doing that, that'll be huge for this Marquette team this season.
I said it earlier, she has some long arms, and she showed it right there. Only 1 second left on the shot clock. It's going to be a shot clock violation as Lexi Wallen couldn't get it off. So the great defense from Anderson results in a shot clock violation for Illinois State. Redbirds haven't scored in the last 2 minutes, 19 seconds. Van Clunen gives it up to Jordan King, gives her a screen. Spingola over on the side, only 2 points so far for the senior. Anderson takes the pass from Spingola, goes up and over. Megan Talbot, 26-13. Marquette on a 6-0 run in the last 2 minutes.
And ISU hasn't scored in nearly 3.
Three-pointer from the corner for Talbot. Rebounded by Anderson, poked away, but she gets it back. Marquette coming down the floor again. Spingola gets a screen. Now Marquette gonna regroup. King gets a screen, looks over to Kaifas. Van Clunen, jumper from the baseline, rattled out. Marquette picks off the pass from Magid. Van Clunen pushing the break now. King drives, no good on the layup. Good move, but couldn't convert. Had a really quick first step, got right past Magid, but just missed the layup. Saylor over to Newland. Newland inside, gives it back out to Saylor. Three-pointer, way off. Air ball. Looks like it's gonna be a jump ball called as Wallen and Van Clunen were fighting for it. Possession arrow favors the Golden Eagles, so it'll be Marquette ball. Coming out of the media timeout. First real stoppage of the second quarter. Marquette leads 26-13. They have doubled the score that Illinois State has. The Redbirds haven't scored in 4 minutes and 11 seconds, Tyler.
And they're shooting 0 for 8 from the three-point line, which is just inexcusable for this Redbird team. And we were talking about it in between the break from the first and second quarter. They were shooting 29% at that point. They've gotten worse, and now they're shooting 24%. So if you're Coach Gillespie, you got to be looking for answers from your offense, and it all starts with Magid running as a point guard for this team.
You want to know how they're shooting in this quarter? They are 1 for 8 from the field, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, and one of their points came from the free throw line. They have made a singular basket in this quarter.
And I think at that point, if you're Coach Gillespie, you just got to be telling your team, hey, simplify the game. Don't let the moment get under your skin too much. Obviously, for both teams, this is their ISU's first real game, I guess you could say, as this is a Division I matchup. This is a statement game for Marquette if they're able to come out and win this, because Illinois State is arguably the best opponent they've played so far this season. So for both squads, there's a lot at stake, and right now, Marquette's really just owning the moment.
Yeah, this, as you mentioned, it really is the first true opponent for the Golden Eagles. They played Morgan State, who's a decent team, but they weren't expected to be much, and then St. Francis Brooklyn, Marquette beat pretty handily as well. So Illinois State's the first really good team that Marquette has played against. Even though they're not an NCAA tournament level team, they're still pretty good. And this is Marquette's first real test. It's the first time that these newcomers have really seen a team in a higher caliber conference.
And you can kind of use these games as stepping stones if you're the Golden Eagles, especially like you said, a young team that's got to grow throughout this season. And I think if you're Coach Duffy, you want to kind of iron out these kinks against these teams that aren't that dominant. So then when it comes to the time where you're playing in the Big East play, that's the time where you really got to shine and take advantage. In the Big East preseason coaches poll, Marquette was picked to finish 9th. And I would say so far this season, they haven't looked like a 9th place team, but it doesn't even matter until they get to that Big East play.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the entire preseason here, or not preseason, but the entire non-conference is basically a preseason, because the games up until you play against teams like DePaul and Creighton and Providence and all those other Big East teams, they don't matter as much, because, I mean, clearly you're going to need some wins there to get an NCAA bid, but Big East play is where it all matters. So we resume play here. And it's going to be poked away. Looks like Taylor just kind of lost that. It didn't even look as if it was much of a good defensive play as much as it just was a miscommunication between Spingola and Taylor. Wallen gets it inside, working on Taylor. Lexi Wallen finally a good post move inside and gets the bucket to go. Illinois State's first points in a while. Valladay has it poked away. Taylor now has it inside. Good move, she tripped. So it was an air ball, and Illinois State basketball. Scoring drought of 2 minutes and 7 seconds for Marquette now. That was just a bit of a trip up that Taylor suffered. Not much she could do. Not really a foul, but also not any reason for concern that she airballed the little jumper. Marquette gets the rebound off the Illinois State miss. Taylor has it inside, working her way in against Talbot. No good. No foul called either. Saylor, Crompton, looking inside. Doubled by Anderson and Taylor. No good. Rebound by Altia Anderson. Good defense from the Golden Eagles, even if their offense can't say the same. Anderson over to Valladay. Kaifas looking around. Anderson forces her way inside. Tough bucket for Altia Anderson. Just kind of forced that one up and somehow got it to go. 28-15 Marquette.
Anderson has really been impressive in this game so far.
Saylor gets it inside to Whalen. Kaifas challenged her, and that's going to be a foul against Claire Kaifas, her first of the day. Substitutions coming in for both teams. Van Clunen entering for the Golden Eagles. And for Illinois State, it's Cameron Call and TT Magid. 2 free throws for Lexi Wallen. Wallen knocks down the first. She now has 3 points. Second one's also good. 28-17 now. Valladay over to Spingola. Spingola struggling to find anybody. Anderson fakes right, kicks it out to Valladay. Jumper from the free throw line, missed. And it's an offensive foul against Altia Anderson on the rebound. Looked like she went over somebody. Jordan King's now going to check in. And Taylor Valladay is going to come out. Valladay really has not been as impressive as Marquette had hoped she was going to be. She looked like she might be a candidate for the starting point guard job, but she has really struggled so far with her ball control, and she has not been what Marquette had hoped.
And I think it's just a matter of the fact that she's coming back from that ACL injury. She's trying to find her way, get a feel for the game a little bit, and I think it's just kind of a slow process that she's going to have to go through as the season goes on.
Magid knocks down the 3. King got screened by a couple different people and then sagged off on the perimeter. 9 points now for TT Magid. Lugbo hands it off to Anderson. Anderson drives inside, left-handed layup, just barely missed. It was a good move, but she couldn't get it to go. Magid got doubled by Anderson and Lugbo. Kicks it out. Saylor now over to Cameron Call for 3. No good. Rebound corralled by Lugbo. Marquette's got numbers. Lugbo. Spingola for 3. No good. Rebound. Van Clunen puts it right back up and in. Lauren Van Clunen gives Marquette a 10-point advantage with under a minute to play in the first half. Magic gets a screen from Wallen. Now pulls up for three, no good, rebounds. Wallen on the inside, she's doubled, faked her way out, and then went back in, but she hit off the front rim and out. Now just about 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Magic is called for a push. That's her first personal. Third team foul of the quarter. Shot clock now turned off. About 25 seconds remaining in the half. Marquette looks like they're going to try to waste the clock as much as they can. 10-point advantage for the Golden Eagles, trying to make it 12 or 13 here. Under 10 seconds. Spingola drives inside, gives it up to Anderson. Spin move, gets it to go over Lexi Wallen. Half-court heave, no good from Illinois State at the buzzer, and Marquette heads into halftime, leading Illinois State 32-20. Pretty good job by Marquette in the first half of keeping their distance.
You know, it wasn't perfect for Marquette in that first half, but they did just enough, and the biggest thing for the Golden Eagles is they had that sense of urgency, and they look like the team that wants this game more.
Yeah, so Jordan King led the way for the Golden Eagles with 7 points, 6 from Van Clunen and Anderson, and then a bunch of other players in the scoring column. Meanwhile, for Illinois State, clearly dominated by Magid, and then Wallen, second best scorer with 4. So Tyler, before we send it back to the studio for halftime, give me a quick key for the second half for the Golden Eagles.
For the Golden Eagles, I think they just got to keep doing what they're doing, and I think one key stat that I look at for the Illinois State is they're 1 for 12 from the three-point line from beyond the arc, and that's something, if the Golden Eagles can keep that and keep defending well, there's no way Illinois State's going to win this game if they can't make threes. So that's the key to the game for me going forward. They can keep doing what they're doing. They're definitely going to win this game.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break here on Marquette Radio. Tyler and I will be back in about 10 minutes for the call of the second half. But in the meantime, make sure to stick around as Jackson Gross presents a halftime show from the Johnson Hall radio studio. So stay tuned for a breakdown of the first half and a preview of the second from Jackson Gross. We'll be back soon. Welcome back to the McGuire Center. I'm Dan Abington alongside Tyler Peters. Live here as Marquette leads Illinois State 32-20 at the halftime break. As far as stats go from that first half, Jordan King leading the way with 7 points for the Golden Eagles. Anderson with 5 rebounds, and Spingola with 6 assists. For Illinois State, Magid has 9 points to lead the way. Talbot has 4 rebounds, and then Crompton and Call each leading with 1 assist. That's the Illinois State team high. So not the best day so far for the Illinois State offense. But Tyler, what do you think Illinois State's going to need to do here if they want to somehow pull out a win?
Like I said before we went into halftime, they have got to find a way to sustain something consistently from the three-point line. They're 1 for 12, which is it just can't happen if you're Illinois State. And if you're trying to get back in this game, you have to be able to shoot and make those three-pointers. You don't have to make all of them, but you have to make more than 8%.
Yeah, they have been abysmal from in all facets of shooting other than at the free throw line. They're 25% from the field, 8% from beyond the arc, then they're 100% on their 3 free throws. But Marquette, on the other hand, they're 50% from the field, 66% from beyond the arc on just 3 attempts, and they're 100% from the charity stripe. Rebounds are even, each team at 19. Assists is probably the biggest difference in today's game. 12 for Marquette, just 3 for Illinois State. 8 turnovers from the Redbirds and 7 from the Golden Eagles. As far as fouls go, both Murata and Selena Lott are struggling. Each have 2, so we'll see how long they'll be held out or if they'll be on any kind of minutes restriction here just to make sure that they don't gain too many. Marquette comes out in a 3-2 zone here in the third quarter to start out. Magid knows how to beat that, drives inside, gives it to Redmond, missed the layup. Magid did a nice job of splitting the 2 defenders, but her teammate couldn't convert. Jordan King was looking inside, Now gives way to Isabel Spingola. Lott drives inside, turns around, gives it up to Van Clunen. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Lott inside, gets it poked away. Saylor now going to bring it up court. Inside, Lexi Whalen puts it back out to Saylor. Drives the lane, traveling violation against Paige Saylor. Interesting call. I did not see a travel at all. It looked like she kept her pivot foot. But the Marquette faithful will take it. Jordan King, defended by Magid. Gives way to Chloe Murata. Murata at the elbow. Finds Van Clunen. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. King gives up her dribble. Van Clunen now, post hook, right-handed. Clatters off the rim. Magid going the other way. Selena Lott in her face, but Magid knocks down the jumper. That was a long two for TT Magid. 32-22, Marquette with a 10-point lead. Illinois State certainly not out of it yet. Murata driving in on Talbot, goes up right, missed it. Rebound, fought for. That'll be Marquette inbound under the basket. Murata tripped up a little bit on her shot, and then Van Clunen fell on the rebound, but both get up all right. Marquette's inbound is actually going to be over on the sideline. It was right around the corner. 5 seconds on the shot clock. King driving, has to pull up. Air ball. No shot clock violation though, because Redmond got the rebound and brings it down the other way. Saylor, pump fake, goes inside, left-handed floater, no good. Air ball. And Marquette is going to head on offense. Lott driving in, gives way to Van Clunen. Another baseline jumper for Lauren Van Clunen. That's her bread and butter, and she knocks it down. 34-22, Marquette now.
And for Illinois State, they're going to need a lot more from their other offensive players. Magid already has 11 points. She's the leading scorer in this match. But they're going to need more from everyone else if they want to get back in this game and win.
Redmond gets stuffed by Selena Lott as soon as Tyler talks about her needing to step up. That definitely should have been a travel against Izzy Spingola, but no call. And then it's tossed off an Illinois State foot and goes out of bounds.
A couple of interesting calls from these refs last minute or so.
King, another inbound from pretty much the same spot as last time. King, nice cut inside, then gives it up to Van Clunen, gets fouled. No good, but she'll take 2 free throws. Some good looks there, first from Selena Lott, then from Jordan King, and now Van Clunen going to get 2 from the charity stripe. Van Clunen last season, as a redshirt sophomore, she had to fill in when Erica Davenport went down with the torn ACL. And she had to play against some pretty high-level post players, including Nancy Mulkey, the 6'9" center for Rice, and then Sierra Johnson and a couple other big players for Texas A&M, and she performed pretty admirably. 4.7 points, or 4.5 points and 3.7 rebounds per game last year. And this season she'll be relied on even more in this 2-post system. Van Clunen knocked down both, so Marquette has a 14-point lead. 6 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Marquette up 36-22. Magid drives inside and gets the bucket. She is just a pure scorer, now with 13 points on the day. Murata drives inside, now it's kicking back out to Selena Lott. Lott gonna regroup. King was looking inside and then pulled it back out. Murata with the baseline jumper. Chloe Murata now up to 4 points, 6 rebounds for the sophomore forward. Magic got doubled. No foul called, even though she seemingly got tripped up by somebody. King was wide open for a second there on the breakaway. And then Spingola got it knocked right away. Coach Skeet was not happy with Selena Lott's decision to pass that one away. Should have just taken it right inside on the fast break instead of giving it up to Izzy Spingola. Now Newland going to check in place of Saylor. Kale Newland, 5'10 sophomore guard. Was a McDonald's All-American nominee in her high school days. Fun fact about her, she can solve a Rubik's Cube.
Wow, that's impressive.
Magic, nice pass inside, but it's poked away by Selena Lott. Lott coming down the floor now, only with 3 points on the day. She had 24 points in the first game of the year. Now a foul is called against the Redbirds. Second team foul. That one goes against Mary Crompton. Crompton has 0 points on the day. She's attempted 3 3-pointers, has made none. Nice screen by Chloe Murata down low. Spingola had an open three, but missed it. Murata got hacked on the layup, but no call. King driving the lane. Somehow puts that one up. Had a weird angle, but still was able to finish. Used the side of the rim to her advantage somehow. And Marquette now up to 40-24. Wallen got doubled right there, and King just kind of smacked it out of bounds. So that's going to head into, or it's going to send us into the media timeout of the third quarter. Marquette leads by 16.
And yeah, for the Marquette Golden Eagles, this game, they're really starting to put it out of reach. And Illinois State, they've got to figure things out offensively. We've touched on it several times in this broadcast, but Magic's done such a great job scoring. But other than that, you look at this Illinois State offense, they've got nothing. I mean, there's nothing there. They still only have 1 assist, or the leading player, Crompton, only has 1 assist. So they've got a lot of things that they got to fix, and they're running out of time very quickly and very fast.
Yeah, I mean, looking into, when I was kind of preparing for the game, I expected it to be mainly a two-headed monster of Magic and Juju Redmond that were going to be scoring, but Redmond has 0 points. She's 0 for 4 from the field. She was an All-American last season at Tallahassee Community College, and she was expected to be really good this season. Last year, she averaged 16.8 points per game at Tallahassee, and there are a couple players on this Redbird squad that are supposed to be pretty decent scorers. I mean, Crompton's supposed to be a good shooter. Kudelka averaged 4.5 points per game last season. Not a lot, but she certainly can score. And then players like Talbot and Wallen are supposed to be good players down low that can give you consistent minutes, can get some points down there on the block, but it has just been all Magic today. The second highest scorer is Wallen with 4.
Yeah, and I think at that point you kind of have to give credit to this Marquette defense. They've done such a great job of shutting down everyone else. And obviously Magic, she's gone and she scored 13 points so far. But if they're able to just keep her and let her do her own thing and then shut down everyone else, that's a recipe for success for the Golden Eagles.
And the one thing that I guess you could say that Illinois State's doing well is that their defense has been pretty strong so far. They've done a nice job. Paige Saylor has really been good in defending Marquette's perimeter guard. She was an all-defensive team in 2017, averaging 2.4 steals per game, and she's been really hounding the Marquette ball handlers. And on the inside, they have players like Talbot and Wallen that are all over the place just trying to post up, make sure that Marquette's post players don't get an easy layup inside, but the offensive side has just been brutal.
I think for a little bit here in the third quarter, it's kind of been a stalemate. No one's really been able to get anything going. That's a credit, as you said, ISU's defense has been solid as well with Marquette, so it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this game plays out, because the last 2 games that Marquette has played, or the first 2 games of the season rather, both of those games, they came alive in the fourth quarter and really just separated themselves from the other team. And right now they've already got quite a bit of separation with a 16-point lead. So it'll be interesting to see if they're going to take that next step in the fourth quarter.
So Illinois State's going to start out with the ball here. Coming out of the timeout. Magic gets it on the perimeter. Drives inside on King, puts one up, no good, rebounded by her. And then the shot clock was winding down. Marquette forces a shot clock violation. Bench is hyped up after that one. So now Jordan King leading the Marquette charge. Really shows you how good of a player Magic is when she also guards the Marquette point guard every time they come down the floor. Marquette swings it around. Lugbo forces up a three from the corner. Swish. Darrell Lugbo knocks one down deep in the shot clock.
That got that Marquette bench fired up.
And then Magic got hacked from behind by Jordan King. So Magic will head to the free throw line to shoot two, trying to get her 14th and 15th points of the day. McKenna Sims now comes on for the Redbirds. Sims was a three-sport athlete in high school. Played volleyball. She broke the all-time kill percentage record for her high school in volleyball, and in soccer, she broke the goals record for a season. So she is playing college basketball, and she was a great high school athlete in both volleyball, soccer, and also basketball, as I'm pretty sure you could tell. Magic knocks down the second one, missed the first. Crompton now comes out. Cameron Call goes on.
ISU hasn't scored any field goals in the last 3 minutes.
Jordan King has it on the perimeter. Magic is called for a foul. She had her hand on King's back. Her second personal foul. Magic has 6 turnovers on the day. Not what you want out of your point guard. King, on the other hand, for the Golden Eagles has 4.
Yeah, I was just about to say, on the other hand, King does have 4, so both point guards struggling with the turnovers.
Jump ball is called as Anderson got her hands on the tip pass, and possession favors Marquette. It's King, Lugbo, Anderson, Lott, and Murata on the floor for Marquette. Selena Lott misses the three. Sims tries to come down and get a bucket in transition. She couldn't, but basket is good by Wallen. Good look from McKenna Sims to find the forward. Second team foul against the Golden Eagles. That foul was against Jordan King. That's her second personal as well. She's going to head off the floor. Spingola replaces her. Looks like Lugbo will be the point guard for Marquette now, as Wallen knocks down another free throw. That's her third made one of the day. Spingola gives it up to Murata. And now to Lugbo. Lott inside to Murata. Murata working on Wallen. Tried the reverse layup, no good. Rebound, fought for, and Anderson ended up out of bounds, but good hustle.
After not playing a whole lot last season, Murata has really looked just so strong in terms of just getting rebounds, getting up to those loose balls this season. She looks like that she's going to be an impactful player for this Golden Eagles roster and this Golden Eagles team going forward.
Yeah, she's really kind of stepped into that role that Erica Davenport served in last year as the main forward that's getting boards, that's able to move out to the perimeter as well, but really just dominating on the inside, even though she might be a little undersized compared to a lot of the bigger forwards in the game. She's also a big leader off the floor. Yeah. She's very vocal and makes sure that the team is staying in line.
I think the biggest thing that I've seen from her this season compared to last season is at times on the court she just seemed a little timid, a little tense last season. But this year, she's just letting it all out there. She's playing very comfortably, like she belongs on the court and deserves to be that starter. So she looks extremely confident in her play. And also, that ACL probably isn't as much of a factor as it is this season compared to last.
Marquette had that ball poked away, but it didn't really matter because it was a 3-second violation against Van Clunen. Her first turnover of the day. Wallen over to Magid. Anderson with great defense, but then sagged off. Thankfully for Anderson, Magid missed the three. Anderson drives the lane, no good. Air ball the layup. That's hard to do. So Illinois State taking it. Magid defended by Spingola. Anderson pokes it away. Marquette going to take their time bringing this one up the floor. Almost a backcourt violation against the Golden Eagles, but Anderson just barely got her hands on it. Anderson looks inside for Lott. Almost got the pass poked away. Big collision between Sims and Spingola. Foul is called against Sims. Now Murata's going to come on. Anderson's coming off. Destiny Strother, the only available player that hasn't played for the Golden Eagles today. Valladay got 3 minutes earlier, and Taylor's gotten 5. Kaifas, the other one in single digits with 8. Lott to Spingola. Spingola only with 2 points in the day. Make that 4. Nice cut from Spingola after the entry pass. And Marquette up 45-28, under a minute to play in the third quarter. Foul called against Spingola. That's her first personal. 40.5 seconds remaining in the third. Marquette leads by 17. Magid off the screen, goes inside. Double dribble is called against TT Magid. She's going to come off, and Redmond is coming on. She's been the lifeline of this Illinois State team. You got to give her a break at some point.
Indeed.
About 6 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Selena Lott open 3 off every possible part of the rim and missed. Shot clock now unplugged. Saylor drives. Gave up her dribble. Has to give it over to Talbot. Long range, no good. Shot clock winding down. Lugbo has a chance at the buzzer beater. Just barely missed. That one had a chance at going in, but
almost.
Marquette takes the 45-28 lead heading into the fourth quarter. So close right there. So close.
Oh, yeah.
But Marquette now being led by Van Clunen, the only player in double digits for the Golden Eagles with 10. King has 9. Lugbo has 7. Anderson with 6. Rebounds, Murata's leading the way with 8 for the Golden Eagles. Spingola still with 6 assists, a game high. Magid has 14 points for ISU. 5 rebounds from Talbot leading the way. It's supposed to be a pretty formidable forward duo for this Illinois State team with Megan Talbot and Whalen. Talbot, the 6'2 senior from Barrington, Illinois. Also a 4-year volleyball starter in high school. You notice the trend here, basketball and volleyball?
Yeah, I do.
A lot of the same players. Her playing time has gone down throughout her time at ISU, but she's still a pretty strong player. And then Whalen, as I mentioned earlier, she played volleyball at ISU for 4 years. And then after her volleyball career, she said, why not play some basketball my senior year? Played last year and then got a 5th year of eligibility this season to play more basketball. As I was looking through their roster, I recognized her name, and I was wondering why. But I finally realized I broadcasted the Marquette versus Illinois State volleyball game last year, and I was like, wow, she plays 2 varsity sports. I was very confused, but hey, more power to her.
Yeah, indeed. I wish I was that talented, that's for sure.
Hey, you are.
Hey.
You're in a band, Tyler.
Yeah.
Band, broadcasting, just as good as 2 Division I sports.
I guess so.
So, just a couple minutes here from the start of the final quarter of play here at the McGuire Center. I'm Dan Abington alongside Tyler Peters, presenting this Marquette radio broadcast of Marquette versus Illinois State. Frozen Day here at the McGuire Center. Haven't seen a whole ton of Frozen-themed stuff other than the Elsa and Anna appearance at the first quarter break. There have been a lot of dancers, though.
There have.
A couple different breaks. They brought out some different dancers, and I'm not sure what that has to do with Frozen, but hey.
You know, they're trying.
They are.
Yeah, they're trying.
They're really making an effort.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the effort. So Marquette is going to send Lugbo, King, Murata, Spingola, and Taylor out there. Meanwhile, for Illinois State, it's going to be Redmond, Magid, Talbot, Saylor, and Whalen. Wallen now up to 7 points. We'll see if she can get to double digits before the game's end. Good play from Magid. Gets her team back within 15. Illinois State going to need to score early and often here in the fourth quarter to have a chance. Marquette trying to put it away. Lugbo to Spingola. Good cut from Cameron Taylor. She makes the basket from the block. Good pass from Jordan King after the nice cut from Cameron Taylor. Redmond put that one off her own foot, but Magid was able to track it down. And a foul is called against Jordan King. That's her third. And Tyler, you were talking about how Illinois State needs to shoot a better percentage from 3.
It's gotten worse.
How about shooting 0% in this half?
Yeah, I just, honestly, I can't even believe it. Like, I think you have to try.
I know.
To be that abysmal from the 3-point line.
They are 1 for 14 for 7.1%. 0 for 2 in the second half. So I guess they decided, hey, let's stop taking them. Or at least that would probably be the smart decision. As Cameron Taylor rips that rebound away from McKenna Sims, and a foul is called against Sims. I think that was an interesting foul call. It didn't really look like she did too much. If anything, the foul might have been on Taylor for ripping it away.
Yeah. And it touched a little bit on that ISU offense struggling. Ever since the first quarter, they ended that first quarter at 29%. And we stand here right now in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes left, and they're at 27%. It's gotten worse. It just can't happen if you're the Redbirds going forward.
Wallen pushing transition, fouled by Murata down on the post. Murata not happy with the call, but that's going to be her third personal. She and King now with 3. 2 for Lugbo and Lott. And Wallen taking free throws. Makes the first. She's now 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. But missed the second one. Her first missed free throw of the day on 5 attempts. So she's up to 8 points. So she's on double-digit watch now. King swings it around the perimeter to Lugbo. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Taylor goes left, elevates over Wallen, and converts.
And Taylor continues to be an impressive player, an impressive newcomer for Coach Megan Duffy.
She reminds me a little bit of Altia Anderson with her athleticism and her build. She's just as tall, and they have similar long arms. but she seems like she's a bit more of a refined player. She has better post skills.
Yeah, I was just about to say, her offensive abilities, no discredit to Altia Anderson, but her offensive abilities just seem a little bit more natural, and she seems that she can have more success with that.
Marquette almost came up with the steal there, but it got poked away. Now Anderson and Taylor will be on the floor together. Wallen drives inside, left-handed layup is good. She's now up to 10 points. The game's third double-digit scorer, second for her team. Marquette finally getting outscored in a quarter right now. Lugbo gets the rebound, gives it up to Anderson, no good. Rebound being pursued to the corner. Anderson got to it, but out of bounds. So it'll be Illinois State possession. They're only down 16. Not over yet, Tyler.
Not over yet, but they got to get something going pretty much right now.
They're also going to need a healthy dose of threes if they're going to close this deficit quickly. Foul called under the basket against Jordan King. That's her fourth. So she's going to come off. Spangola's coming on. And Taylor's going to come off now. Van Clunen heads on. 49-33, 6:52 remaining in the game. Marquette leads ISU. Golden Eagles trying to advance to 3-0 on the 2019-20 campaign. As Lugbo pulls down a board. She has looked very good today. Pulls up from mid-range. Cash money.
There you go. Right
Wow.
as you mentioned it, she has looked really good, as you said, Lugbo.
Up to 9 points, 4 for 5 from the field, 4 rebounds for Narelle Lugbo. Been a nice surprise for the Golden Eagles here as a steady point guard to back up Jordan King. Valladay was thought to have been that player, but looks like Lugbo might be the actual backup point guard. Magic got hacked right there, no call, and Selena Lott got tripped up and called for a travel. She hit the ground hard.
That looked pretty painful. Hopefully she's okay. She's getting up right now. She looks like she'll be fine.
Her whole body just tipped over. Ouch. Looks like it'll just be a couple nicks and bruises.
That's just a part of the game. Got to make that sacrifice.
And the saddest part is she had the ball, so it was a travel.
Yeah. Can be a beautifully cruel game sometimes, basketball.
That's a great way to put it, Tyler. Really great way. Regardless, Illinois State doesn't score, and they get called for a foul on the rebound. Beautifully cruel game. That's what we're sticking with. You get that one from Louis Bennett?
I did get that from Louis
Bennett. The soccer team
Bennett.
thought so. Saylor pokes one away. Heading down the court, Lugbo with good defense in transition. Call tries driving in on Van Clunen. Can't get the bucket, and Van Clunen pulls it down. About 5.5 remaining here at the Owl. Hannah Kelly checking in for Illinois State at the next stoppage. Her first appearance of the day. Foul is called against Cameron Call.
Well, as ISU is hoping for that fourth quarter comeback, they're 1 for their last 8 in field goals, and they have a scoring drought over the last 2 minutes. So, looks like just about over here for ISU and their chances of coming back.
They've made 1 3 all day, and that was by Magic. And they are 0 for 3 in this half. 2 for 9 in the quarter from the field goals. Or from the field, I guess. Anderson drives the lane, right-handed layup. She was way off balance. I don't know why she continues to try to go up with that shot.
Yeah.
She has missed it every single time. Saylor and one. Paige Saylor goes right down and finishes over Van Clunen. That's Van Clunen's first personal and the 4th team foul. But Saylor is going to head to the charity stripe after the media timeout. And guess what, Tyler? During the timeout, more dancers.
More dancers indeed.
So I guess it's not really Frozen Day, but more just Dancer Day.
Yeah, they're doing a good job, though.
Hey, they are.
Yeah.
It's entertaining, isn't it?
It is entertaining, yeah.
So 51-35, Marquette leads at the end of the, or not at the end of the third quarter, with 4:57 remaining in the fourth. Tyler, what have you seen from the Golden Eagles today that gives them some promise for the rest of the season?
Well, I think it's just their depth and their ability to score get points from multiple players offensively. Unlike ISU, they've had a lot of people contribute to this score of 51 that they have right now. I mean, you look at Altia Anderson has 6, King has 9, Taylor also has 6 as well. Van Clunen has 10, and a player that's led the team in scoring the last 2 games, Selena Lott, only has 3. So that just speaks to their ability to use people off the bench and kind of mix and match and get the right matchups and have a lot of offensively to provide for this team.
Yeah, that's really got to give you some confidence heading into the rest of the season, because it was really decided that Selena Lott was going to be the focal point of this team because she was the only returning starter. She was all Big East a season ago. She was preseason all Big East heading into this year. So it was kind of just assumed that she would be the lead scorer, that she would be the best player on this team, that she was going to be their rock on offense. But no, today she only has 3 points, and the rest of the team has really been carrying the scoring load.
And this is against an Illinois State team that's, like we mentioned earlier in the broadcast and several times, this is their first true opponent that actually is pretty good. And that just speaks volume to how Marquette's been able to overcome that adversity of not having their key players provide a lot of offense. And I think that's just how close and tight-knit this group is, and the culture that head coach Megan Duffy has created has led to this success.
Yeah, early in her first year, her team already looks strong. I mean, everyone expected this to be a rebound kind of year for Marquette. Or not a rebound, a down year for the Golden Eagles, because they lost so much. They lost Carolyn Keeger, the coach that everyone thought was going to be here for a while. They lost 6 key seniors, including the unanimous Big East Player of the Year. And then they lost the Big East Scholar Athlete of the Year in Alizea Blockton. And they lost top recruit Shamira Williams. And everyone thought, wow, this Marquette team is going to see a major down year. But Duffy came in, and this team looks a lot stronger than some people thought they were going to be. So Saylor knocks down the free throw after the pause in the game. Ball's poked away by Saylor, but Marquette's going to get an inbound over on the sideline. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. 4:45 remaining in this game. Illinois State needs a miracle if they're going to recover from this 15-point deficit in under 5 minutes. Hey, it would only take 5 threes.
There you go.
But not sure about that.
The odds are against them if you're looking at the stat sheet.
King from the corner, 4-3, no good. Magid comes down the other way. Five-second violation. Wow, you rarely ever see that called. And I'm assuming some basketball fans don't even know what that is, because it's literally called so rarely that it barely ever happens. So Spingola was right in the way of Saylor for a long enough time where Saylor just didn't pass it away, and the ref was counting off the entire time, counting 5, and she just did not notice. So Marquette gets another basket. Selena Lott gets her 5th point of the day on the assist from Jordan King. her fourth. 53-36, Marquette leads. Entry pass inside to Wallen, but a foul is called against Anderson. It'll be 2 free throws at the line for Wallen. She's trying to go 5 for 6. Oh, she airballed that free throw.
I don't know. Maybe she just, I'm not really sure what happened there, but.
Looked like Giannis.
Yeah. Well.
Sorry to all Bucks fans out there listening. I'm a Sixers fan. She missed the second one too. So she's 4 for 7 from the free throw line after starting out 4 for 4. Anderson, nice roll, and a good pass from Altia Anderson to Van Clunen. That was a beautiful pass. Sims gives way to her teammate. No good on the 3 for Kelly. Lott and Magid were both a little bit banged up after that play, and both were kind of out of commission. Marquette is going to take, it looks like, a substitution timeout. No, it's going to be a full timeout, actually. So 55-36, Marquette leads. Selena Lott heading over to the trainer. Probably going to go back to the locker room real quick just to check out her arm issue. So Marquette leads 55-36 against Illinois State. Golden Eagles well on their way to going 3-0 early here in this season. As far as their next couple games, they've got Northwestern on Thursday. That'll be a tough one. Northwestern's always a pretty good team out of the Big Ten. And then there's UW Green Bay on the 19th. And then the toughest team maybe of the season, they've got Mississippi State coming into the McGuire Center. Mississippi State is a powerhouse year in and year out down there in the SEC. And they are expected to wipe away most of the teams that they play this year, and I don't think Marquette's going to be much different.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do in that game for sure. I think that'll be kind of a measuring stick of where they're at. But yeah, that's going to be a tough matchup for the Golden Eagles.
Tyler, you think that's going to be Marquette's first loss of the season when they play against Mississippi State?
I would guess so.
Wow.
Yeah, I would guess. I don't know if it'll be their first loss. It could be their second, could be their third.
But that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
I think it's going to be their second loss.
Second loss, all right.
Second loss.
I'll go it'll be their first loss. I have faith in the Golden Eagles.
I have a feeling they might just slip up against Northwestern or Green Bay. Northwestern's my prediction to be their first loss. But
that's something that happened to them a little bit last year, actually.
A little bit,
they have those games where it's just like, wow, they lost to who?
Yeah.
And that's just what happens sometimes in sports in general. So
you never know. Any team can win on any day.
Indeed.
Meanwhile, Illinois State, their upcoming games, they've got Illinois, then Northern Illinois, and then North Dakota in their next couple days. Play a lot of teams from Illinois. They really do. Illinois, Northern Illinois, Western Illinois, Southern Illinois. They play all of them. But back to the action. 19-point advantage for the Golden Eagles. Kaifas, Lugbo, King, Murata, and Van Clunen on now. Lugbo has it on the perimeter. Inside to Murata, kicks it out to the corner for King. Entry pass, shot clock's winding down. Van Clunen hoists up a left-handed prayer and gets it to fall. Lauren Van Clunen, leading scorer for the Golden Eagles today with 12. 6 rebounds for her, too. Probably the star player of the game for Marquette today in her first start of the year. Three-pointer from Mary Crompton. Finally, one falls. That's their second made three of the day.
Too little, too late. They've needed that way, way before this fourth
If that
quarter.
one came 10 minutes ago,
Yeah, 10 minutes
maybe
ago.
that would have made a difference.
Second three-pointer that ISU has made in this game.
11%.
2 for
from beyond
17.
the arc.
Just unbelievable.
And it's not even like Marquette's been contesting most of them.
Yeah.
They've had some open threes, and they've just missed badly.
I think next practice for Coach Gillespie, just whole practice shooting threes.
Some shooting drills.
Yeah.
Probably not a bad idea. Oh, let's see. Can McKenna Sims makes one? Nope. Way air ball. Not even an air ball, just way air ball. Under a minute 40 to play here at the Owl. I'm Dan Abington alongside Tyler Peters. Marquette looks to be on their way to a 3-0 start to the year. Taylor goes in, gets fouled, so she'll head to the charity stripe to shoot some. Destiny Strother getting prepared to head onto the floor for the Golden Eagles. She's the final scholarship player that needs to see time. Or final available player, because Antoinette Walker is redshirting this year due to NCAA transfer rules, and Tori McCoy, who's listed on the roster, is not able to play because of her kidney issue. Taylor knocks down the second. 58-39, Marquette up. Under a minute 30 now. Crompton again, deep three, rims out, rebound, grabbed by Anderson.
Hey, at least it wasn't an air ball that time.
Hey, yeah.
Step in the right direction.
You know it's bad when you're saying a three off the front rim is a step in the right direction. Saylor gets the steal, going down the other way. Lugbo pressured her enough to make her miss, and then she gets her own rebound and makes the second one. So Paige Saylor gets them above 40. Taylor thought about a mid-range jumper, but thought otherwise. Kicks over to Strother. Inside to Taylor. Taylor works on Kudelka. No good. Rebound by Kaifas. Over to Anderson. Baseline jumper. Rims out. Rebound. Marquette's. Shot clock unplugged now. Marquette probably just going to wind out the clock now. It appears that's going to be the plan. Kaifas to Lugbo. Marquette going to dribble it out. Golden Eagles headed to 3-0 on the 2019-20 season. 2-1. Marquette takes the victory over the Illinois State Redbirds, 58-41. The Marquette Golden Eagles go to 3-0 on the year. Illinois State 1-1 now. An impressive performance from the Golden Eagles, a well-balanced scoring effort. Van Clunen led the way with 14. Lugbo had 9, as did King, and then 7 for Taylor, 6 for Anderson. Meanwhile, for Illinois State, it was the TT Magic show. 16 points on 19 shot attempts. Wallen had 10 for the team's second highest scorer, but it was a rough performance from most of the Illinois State team.
Indeed, the Illinois State could never get it going really during this game offensively. They struggled from the three-point line. They struggled in field goals, only shooting 27%. But for Marquette, it was the exact opposite. They were successful offensively all around. They got points from multiple players. And for ISU, they just couldn't find anything outside of Magic.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Illinois State had no fire today other than TT Magic, and it was just, it was the Marquette show all day. They really were able to come out on offense and really make a difference, and then on defense they looked good too. So good win for Marquette. You got any final thoughts before we wrap this one up, Tyler?
No, I just think that Marquette, so far this season has looked pretty impressive, and to me, they've looked better each and every game. It seems that they've kind of ironed out some of these kinks early on with this young team, and it's going to be exciting to see where this team's future lies going forward.
All right, so that's going to do it for Tyler and I here on the call of Marquette versus Illinois State. The Golden Eagles take a win 58-41 over the Illinois State Redbirds. I want to thank everyone out there for listening. In just a couple seconds, though, Jackson Gross will have our post-game show live from the Marquette radio studio. So that's going to do it for Tyler Peters and I here from the McGuire Center. Marquette takes a 58-41 victory over Illinois State. But stay tuned for Jackson Gross and the post-game show.